Polyvagal theory was developed by Dr. Stephen Porges, and it describes how the autonomic nervous system moves through different states depending on whether it perceives safety or threat. So think of it like a ladder. At the top of the ladder is your ventral vagal state. Now, this is safety and connection. This is where you can think clearly, you can collaborate, you can problem solve, you have access to empathy, you can regulate your emotion. This is when you are calm and happy and healthy. So, your heart rate is steady and normal, your breathing is normal, you have capacity, you're thinking clearly. Hey, that's at the top of the ladder, ventral vagal state. That's where we want to be. At the middle of the ladder is sympathetic activation. So this is your fight or flight state. Here is where we start to mobilize. We have more adrenaline and more cortisol in our systems. Our muscles are tensed. We're getting ready to prepare to deal with that threat or run from it. Our attention narrows. We're focusing on the threat. Our sense of urgency increases. You feel like something has to be done. Does this sound familiar, anybody? So that's the middle of the ladder, sympathetic activation. At the bottom of the ladder is dorsal vagal shutdown. So this is collapse. This is numbness. This is where you are exhausted and disconnected and you're hopeless and helpless. This is the freeze state. Now we move up and down this ladder all day long naturally. For example, you might be at the top of the ladder driving to work. You had a good breakfast. You got a good hair day. I don't know. Your day has gone smoothly so far. Maybe you like the song on the radio. You have a coffee handy. All is good. Then somebody cuts you off in traffic and you immediately feel your heart rate increase. Your energy raises. Now you're angry. You slam on the brakes. You yell at the driver who cut you off. Your heart rate is up. You're gripping the wheel. There's tension in your body. So when your system perceives danger, it drops from that higher point on the ladder into sympathetic activation. It's giving you the energy to deal with this threat that's just happened. So this is you responding to being cut off in traffic. Normally, once a threat passes, we go back up the ladder. You take a sip of your coffee, you tune the radio until you find a song that you like again, you calm down, you carry on, right? So normally we're moving up and down that ladder at several different times throughout the day. However, with everything that's going on right now, there are a lot of people who are in constant threat, or your subconscious thinks you are. It is not logical. So we're staying in that middle section of the ladder, right? We're not going up into the more relaxed and calm normal state. We're staying in that hypervigilant fight flight state. And the problem is that if we are there for significant periods of time, we can end up dropping down into the low part of the ladder because it depletes us, right? We are not meant to be in a highly charged adrenaline state for extended periods of time. That fight or flight response is meant to be a short-term burst of adrenaline to deal with whatever the potential threat is. And then once the threat passes, it disappears. It goes back to normal. Sorry. So we're not meant to be there indefinitely. When we are there indefinitely, we can end up dropping further down into shutdown. So there's a lot of people right now sitting on that middle rung in constant sympathetic activation. And here is the critical piece. You do not have access to your higher cognitive functioning if you're in the middle of the ladder, especially if you're there for extended periods of time. This is a place where your body is preparing for dealing with a threat. This is not where you do your clear thinking. This is not where you do your problem solving or your decision making. Clear thinking, decision making, strategizing for how to improve a situation live at the top of the ladder, not in the middle.